Before we go to building the small language diffusion model from scratch, and we are going to do that, here is a file on which we are going to build the entire diffusion language model fully from scratch, following the same things which we have seen on the whiteboard. I have created this website so that I can provide all of you a quick summary of what all we have learned so far. So we started out with this goal of building a small language diffusion model from scratch, right? And the idea was that, well, language models, what they are essentially doing, one way to view it probabilistically is that we have this underlying space, let's say this orange probability distribution, where the cluster of meaningful sentences lie. What language models are doing is that we are trying to find this probability distribution, which is shown by this red dotted line. One way to do that is through ARMs, which is autoregressive models. But why do we have to stay limited to ARMs? Let's try diffusion. If we have to try diffusion, we need to follow three things. We need to have a noising process, we need to have a model which predicts the noise, and we need a denoising process. What's the noising process which we are going to use? Well, the simple idea is that you just take an input sequence, you add masks to it sequentially as you go deeper into the noising schedule. And you noise the input sequence, you corrupt the input sequence. You pass this corrupted input sequence into this diffusion language model architecture. This whole architecture serves as the model, which is a second building block for predicting the noise. That's this whole diffusion language model architecture, which I'm showing you right now. So the way we predict the noise in diffusion language models is that we pass this noisy input through the input block, the processor block, and the output. We get the loss only for the mask tokens. There are some key differences between the diffusion language model architecture and the ARM architecture, which are highlighted in these two schematics if you see them side by side. One key difference is the time embedding, which is not there in ARM, but it's there in diffusion language model. Second is that in multi-head attention, we don't have causality in the attention scores matrix. In fact, every token can look at the tokens before it and also after it, right? So we don't have this. These things are don't need to be set to zero. Whereas in autoregressive models or traditional language models, everything above the diagonal, all the attention scores above the diagonal set to zero. That's not needed in the case of diffusion language models. Third thing is that we take the cross entropy loss only for the mask tokens, whereas in the case of traditional language models, we do it for all the tokens in the input sequence. Fourth thing, of course, is that we have noisy input with mask tokens, whereas in the case of traditional language models, we have no noisy input. And then we try to minimize this loss as much as possible. The more this loss is minimized, the more we are able to predict the noise. And theoretically, the more this loss is minimized, the better we can recover the underlying data distribution in the denoising or the reverse diffusion process. The third step is the denoising process or the reverse diffusion process. What essentially happens in this step is that in the denoising process, we start with masks and then we slowly unmask it one at a time. So one mask is unmasked in each iteration and then we go backwards in time. What is unmasked? The most confident tokens are essentially unmasked. So we unmask the k tokens with the highest confidence. Uh, and at the end, when we reach the end, there should be no masks which is remaining. So here's this animation actually shows denoising in a good amount of detail and good amount of depth. This is the generation process. When we do the denoising, we don't train the parameters. The parameters are trained and updated in the second part, which is the noise prediction process. The cross entropy loss, the parameters are updated, the model is trained, that's it. The denoising process we just generate. Here is a good GIF which shows the denoising. We start with all masks and slowly unmask one at a time, and then we get coherent text towards the end. Right, so this is our whole diffusion pipeline, diffusion language model pipeline built entirely from scratch. If you want the key takeaways, we have in image in images, the way we inject noise is through a Gaussian process, right? Whereas in language models, we replace it with token masking. So it's also called as discrete diffusion. The papers which I showed you earlier showed this word discrete diffusion, right? discrete diffusion modeling. The reason it's called discrete diffusion is that we just unmask tokens. So these are discrete tokens which are masked, rather than applying a Gaussian distribution to the whole image, which is done for images. The second is bidirectional context. Unlike autoregressive models, a token can look both behind it and in front of it. So we don't have causal attention. Then we generate by unmasking tokens one at a time. Right? That's the whole complete pipeline is we add the noise, we do the forward pass where we do the training, all the parameters are fixed, then we do the generation in the denoising process, and then we recover the probability distribution which matches this underlying distribution, which is the orange one. The orange is the true underlying distribution of meaningful sentences, and the red is the predicted probability distribution which matches or which tries to match the true probability distribution. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to walk through a code, and I'm going to, so if you zoom into here, I'm going to share this code file with all of you, and at the end of this code file we are going to train a diffusion model fully from scratch, and you'll also generate a cool gif like this, which I'm showing over here. We'll generate a gif like this. So let's start with this coding module right now.